Hey, one of our favorites is joining us right now here on Bucky and BK. Of course, we've got Trey filling in for the Buck today, but he's our man, a great friend of mine, and the very best in the business. If you or your cousin want to make some money this weekend, you've got to reach out to our friend Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com. Lee, what's going on, my friend?
I'm good. Excited for the game. Excited for the Alabama-Texas game, and I'm going to the Miami-Texas A&M game. Real excited for that game too. So, Brad, if Texas wins and Miami wins, gonna be some kind of party, huh?
I'll be wishing I was in Miami celebrating with you if both of those teams could take care of business tomorrow. And that would be special for sure. Congrats to you, by the way. How about a 5-0 college football week 1 last week?
Yep.
Pretty damn good start to the season, huh?
Let's see if we can keep rolling here. Just 2 games that matter most, but we'll got a couple other pretty big games to talk about before we hit to those 2 monsters.
For sure. Well, let's start with Notre Dame at NC State. Notre Dame's looked really, really good. They haven't played anybody yet, but they've got 2 blowout wins. They're now into the top 10. Sam Hartman looks great. They're going to NC State, an intriguing Wolfpack team this year. The Irish 7-point favorites on the road. What do you like in this one, Lee?
College football has changed. I mean, Sam Hartman, used to seeing him in that Wake Forest uniform, the black and gold, but now he's a golden domer. So and he looks good. I mean, they've always had a running game. They just have not had a passing game. How good have they been since he got there? Both games are averaging 11.1 yards per pass attempt. Usually they're in the 6 to 7 range yards per pass attempt. How bad has this NC State team been? So Brennan Armstrong, when he was a freshman at Virginia, he was a stud. He ran, he threw, he did it all. I mean, I thought he was going to be a top 5 quarterback in college football. In their game last week against UConn, bottom-feeding UConn, they did not have a completion of more than 20 yards. He's not the same guy. I don't know whether he just got sacked too many times or just doesn't have the same confidence he used to have. So they got a real problem here. Their defense, Notre Dame, has not allowed a point so far this year in games against Navy. Usually Navy, the year before, scored 30-plus points on Notre Dame. 3 points, a field goal late. Tennessee State goose-egged them here. Except for the home field advantage, North Carolina State has nothing. I like Notre Dame 31-20.
Interesting. All right, Lee. The Oklahoma Sooners had an impressive week 1 victory over an Arkansas State team that apparently has fallen on hard times now. SMU also took care of business against Louisiana Tech in week 1. The Ponies travel up to Norman for week 2 with the Sooners as 15-point favorites right now. Was last week a little bit of fool's gold for Sooners fans, or can they cover this 2-touchdown plus spread tomorrow?
I think it's a combination of both, Trey. So Oklahoma played a horrific Arkansas State team. I think they're going to be bottom 5 in the country. Also, the SMU final score, very misleading. They led 31-0 at halftime. I mean, absolutely dominated them. I like Rhett Lashley a lot. Did a good job when he was here at Miami. Preston Stone, nice quarterback here. Has been in the system a couple years. They bring in 2 transfer running backs, Jalen Knighton from Miami. I love this nickname. They call him Rooster. Jalen Rooster Knighton. Love it. And L.J. Johnson from Texas A&M. So he looks good also. And then Jordan Hudson they got from TCU at receiver. Tight end R.J. Maryland looks good. I just think that this Oklahoma team has not been tested. This defense, I don't trust them here. So I think SMU, this is a game they have nothing to lose. I think OU's offense is good, still not sold on the defense. OU wins 41-33. Take the points. How about if SMU wins that game and we get the other 2 wins?
I don't know if I'll be able to watch college football ever again, Lee. I'll have peaked. That will be perfect. Hey, how about this comment from Virginia here? Shout out to our sponsor, Joe Cohen and Son Jewelers, and then a Go Aggies. That will segue us into our next game. I think Bill may be making the trek out there. He's a big A&M fan. He might be going to hang out with you this weekend in Coral Gables. Let's get to that game, Lee. These two teams played last year in College Station. The Aggies got to win. People thought it would jumpstart their season. It really didn't. Neither team was that good. The Aggies looked very impressive in their week 1 win. They're taking their talents on the road at Miami. The Aggies a 4-ish point favorite against the U. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, Joe Cohen, Son Jewelers, amazing. Bill, been a friend for a long time. And I don't know if he's going to get on the plane. I don't think he has the guts. I mean, I have some friends who went to UT with me, and they still, from that Cotton Bowl win, I think it was like 92, 93, they're still scarred from it. And I think he's been through Miami a couple times to take a cruise in the airport, but he's going to be shocked. 60 to 65,000 fans, how loud they can be. He thinks they're bringing 30,000 fans. It's not happening. Trust me. So last year's game, A&M, I thought the home field advantage was huge. Miami had a bunch of illegal procedure penalties, got in the red zone 4 times, and got a big goose egg. Nothing. Not one score via touchdown, 2 field goals, had a field goal blocked, a missed field goal, and the one turnover was when Restrepo, the receiver, didn't play in the game. They brought in the defensive back. Stevenson fumbled the punt, led to the A&M touchdown. Give them credit. They were resourceful. They didn't throw the ball down the field the entire game. They had Johnson just dinking and dunking, let Miami beat themselves here. But Miami ran for 175 yards. I think Miami's offensive line is different, except for their cornerback position. I think their front 7 is much better. They could give up some big plays. Evan Stewart is dangerous. Smith in the slot, really good. I mean, they got 4 or 5 really good receivers. But I love this comment. They're all talking about Connor Wegman has not thrown an interception here. This will be his 6th start. Trust me. You're going to see them flash that up there, and he's going to throw at least 1 interception. I think they're going to come at him up the middle if they're smart. He is really good planting his feet and throwing the football. When he goes side to side, not as good of an accurate passer, and negates his running also. I think it's going to be a great game, but I think home field is going to be the deciding factor here. Wrong team favorite, guys. Miami, outright. Bring it, Bill Cohen. I don't think he's coming.
How's my U, Lee?
I think it's pretty good. Pretty darn good.
That's like the best art I've done in my entire life. All about the U. Come on now.
There you go. Come on, Trey. Come on. You got to root against the Aggies this weekend, right? Trey?
Guess that my 7-year-old son drew that U, BK. Was that really your finest effort there?
I bet he could do a better job than I did there, honestly.
Well, home field has been a big advantage for Alabama since Nick Saban got there, Lee. We've heard the stat way too many times this week here in Austin that I think it's 8 total losses since he got there. 3 of those were in year 1. So legitimately 5 home losses in about 15 years' time. But this isn't your typical Alabama team right now. They are reloading at certain important positions. Maybe some uncertainty at quarterback still, even though Milroe looked good last year, had that single start for Bama last year, facing an A&M team that Bama very nearly lost to, and that A&M team wasn't all that good. Alabama does find themselves as 7-point favorites right now over the Longhorns tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa. How do you think this game ends up?
So I don't think there's a super team this year. You know, a couple of years ago, LSU was special with Burrow and those 2 receivers. The year before that, Alabama was incredible with Tua and all those receivers. I don't think there's that team this year. Here's what's surprising about Alabama. I think everyone thought there was going to be a quarterback controversy with Tyler Buchner and Jalen Milroe. Nothing. We didn't hear a whisper. Jalen Milroe has just taken over. We've always known he's a good runner, but his passing has improved here. Does he have some good threats? Yeah, they're good. I think he's the guy that stirs the offense. For Texas, Quinn Ewers, you would like to see him come along farther than he's come along. They are not hitting on deep pass plays. We were hoping we'd see some of that last week. The offensive line, nothing special here. They're going to face a much better line in Alabama. Last week, I mean, Rice, Ewers got hit a couple times hard. I was wincing. He got hit so hard here. And with no Bijan Robinson, I think it's going to be tough to keep that defense honest here. Like to have a threat like him here. I hate to say it, guys. 2 words. Roll Tide. Alabama, 34-24.
God, I usually love hearing you say those 2 words, but this week I hate it. Last one, Lee, before we get to your free play of the weekend. Let's talk some NFL. The Cowboys open up their season in Jersey against the New York Giants. Sunday Night Football, Dallas, a 3-point favorite. Who you like in this one?
Dallas has dominated this series here. And, you know, what did they do down the stretch? Nothing, the Giants. They fell apart. They just cannot beat playoff teams here. They did it. I don't know how their coaching staff was able to piece together a winning record, 9-7-1. I think Dallas is primed to have a big season here. I think their offensive line is going to dominate here. Still, I mean, I think Jones has improved, but I do think they just don't have the receivers that can hurt Dallas here. Special teams might also be an advantage here. I like Dallas here, 28-21.
All right. I love to hear that. Our guy, Bill Cohen, real quickly in the chat line, calling a loss. He says you're picking Miami, so your perfect record is going away this weekend.
Well,
that's awesome.
Let's see how that works out, Bill. But, hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 4-1 and Texas knocks off Alabama. And they do that, Brad. You might have to get a date for a Tuesday, Wednesday night, and even buy her some jewelry at Joe Cohen and Son Jewelers. You'll be so excited.
There you go. You might be right on that. All right, Lee, last thing. Your free play, a game tonight, the Kansas Jayhawks against Illinois. If people want to get that game and cash in on your picks all weekend and all season long, where can they find you?
Well, just call 800-400-9741 to get that Kansas-Illinois game for free. Big game. We're going to see what Kansas is all about. Now they're going to be tested against a good Illinois defense. 800-400-9741. And how about this, guys? I rate my games from 10 to 50 units. My first 40 to 50 unit selection of the year. It is an NFL play. I'll text it to you, Brad, as soon as the game starts on Sunday. If you want to text it out to everyone or whatever you want to do, put it on X now or formerly Twitter. Go ahead. Full disclosure, we are now 61-20 the last 15 years on these 40 to 50 unit best bets. So it's the first time I've ever released an NFL week 1 40 to 50 unit play. I found a game, the perfect matchup. So anyone wants to get involved, how about this? You don't need to sign up for the season. We call it September to Remember, 4 weeks from now through Monday, October 2nd. This is our executive phone service where we rate them, like I said, from 10 to 50 units. Going to get generally 11 to 14 games a week. All you need to do, go to ParamountSports.com where it says purchase picks, put in coupon code SAVE100. It's the second special down, SAVE100. Knocks the price down to $297 for 4 weeks, $75 a week for 11 to 14 selections. Love to have you aboard, ParamountSports.com. And check out the new website. Got a lot of other features there. Got some other big games going on around the country. I mean, Iowa, Iowa State, Colorado, Nebraska. Check out those videos. And on the homepage where it says free pick sign up, once you scroll down, put in your information there. We'll email you a free selection each and every Friday night about 8 o'clock. So freebies last year over 65%. So Love to have everyone aboard. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
Lee, you're the king. Thank you so much for the time. Enjoy the Miami game tomorrow. Hold on. It's all about the U, baby. We will talk next week, my friend. Thanks so much.
All right, guys. See you, Brad.